Alright, welcome back. Alright, this is going to be a redo of part 6, and I think the information is going to go a little deeper than before. Alright, we were talking about chapter 13 in Revelation, and we left off here, I think, at verses 5 and 6. And here we go. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Now, did you notice something? Verses 5 and verses 6 are basically saying the exact same thing, just 2 times. In other words, double. Now, what we're talking about is the double meaning of Barak's name. And we also already looked at that he possibly has a double character identity. So there is a lot to do with this double thing that begins to become a clue or a key, if you will. So the second part to his meaning of his name is this mouth speaking great things. And that's where I was showing in this thesaurus, which I have, and where we find Barak related to is the word contempt. And as we look all the way down here, here are all the nouns and the synonyms and the verbs and the synonyms for contempt. And as we come right here, and interesting enough, on good old number 6, here we have Barak. And then as we look down all the synonyms for Barak, we come to it. There it is, blasphemy. Now, for me, I find it absolutely incredible that this name is absolutely 100% fulfilling this scripture. It absolutely is, because what we just read with verses 5 and verses 6 is something descriptive of what his mouth is saying. And over and over and over again, we have blasphemy, blasphemy, and blasphemy. Over and over again. So there is something here that's trying to be drilled home, if you will. And then with this name, we have something that's also trying to be drilled home. So now we understand the double meaning of his name. It also fulfills this double verse of the meaning of this name, which is this blasphemy that comes out of his mouth. Now, I'm going to say right now that I do believe and do know that this has something to do with the Antichrist also. He will also have a mouth speaking great things. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I believe that they want you to think that this is already the Antichrist come, and that he is fulfilling this also. But we know that the one after him will fulfill this too. But there is something going on here. You can see even with his names, how complete his names are for this prophecy right here, that he is fulfilling it, and that there is a purpose behind this. They are trying to work this out. So I want you to understand something. We're talking about a man with a double meaning of his name, possibly a double character identity, and then he is fulfilling these 2 verses which are double in Scripture. Now, what I have right here written down is a little bit more about these double connections. So, first off, what you have to know, the very first thing you have to understand, is that all of this is connected to what I call the second cup. And it's talked about in chapter 18, verse 6. And really all throughout chapter 18. And once again, check that out. Chapter 18, 666. And we talk about this in verse 6, where it describes New York, New York, which is once again that double. And listen to the verse. Reward her, even she rewarded you, and double according to her, and double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. I'll be back.